when you do something wrong and you try to deny it or whatever, there's no respect from my side. And there's another one, I mentioned this in other vlogs, and then I'm gonna stop talking. Loyalty. My loyalty was always undeniable for a lot of people. A lot of people who don't deserve loyalty in any kind of form on a higher level. I learned this along the way, and if you're a person who likes to go all the way with people, well, try to listen to some of the previous vlogs, maybe the upcoming vlogs. This vlog or this video is more really vanilla, and I would highly recommend that you're gonna be careful along the way. New people, and you know, don't be emotional attached. Allow people to roam freely around and let them make mistakes, but never forget, just stack them up, and then you will see a whole set of characteristics they return in other people. And so like this person, he lied about this e-commerce and then the banking thing, and then he's too busy. And then there was another time that I visited again, and then he said, yeah, now I'm tired, but the next time we can discuss business. That is all great, and if you're watching this is not judgmental, it's simply protecting myself. But then he was tired, and that was also a recurring thing, an event. Let's call it an event. Yeah, I'm tired. And if you also take a look at somebody's diet, you know, take somebody out for a little shopping. You know, what are they buying? Cola, chocolate? Trust me, those people will sleep as a baby in the night. Or they stay awake because they drank too much cola and game the whole night. But you know, judge. And this is another thing, you can also go to the other side. And I know people who are vegans, temporarily vegans, trying to convince everybody I don't know what the difference, vegetarians, they don't eat meat. Let's keep it simple. I'm not into those labels, but this guy, no meat at all kind of gluten-free and all that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, you know, you could see he's missing nutrients. You know, people are tired. Another sign is that they're not going to keep up. They're going to sleep. They're going to be very tired all of a sudden when the problems arise, and that is a given. I'm telling you, it's very easy to start putting people in the right. It is not about putting people in the boxes, but keep them on the side, and maybe they will grow. That's another thing, and that's why I never judge people, but I'm very careful with who I'm allowing into my closer thing, that I get always instant replies. You know, that is the closer circle. Video calls, you know, there are people that I got my 100% closest people in the circles in this circle has rattle a little bit. The thing is, day and night, we're never too tired, and if things need to be done, let's do it. See, and that's a whole different mind. We're never too tired. We also don't come up with excuses. If we don't want to talk, we don't want to talk. Keep it simple, straightforward. Yeah, but not everybody likes this. Okay, maybe you should change a little bit your circle. If everybody is so soft that when you tell the truth, that you don't feel good because you're, I don't know what, lacking, I don't know what normal people would lack. Maybe sleep a little bit or eat all kind of bullshit food. And when it's about bullshit food, and for a couple of weeks ago there was one guy, a self-proclaimed rich guy, but he worked for the government and was just on a holiday, and then I needed to be impressed by the amount of food that he bought. Well, I looked at his food you know, all processed food, there is nothing that would say give me you know, any kind of energy. And he left also a lot in the Airbnb, but the only thing that I ate was the fish. Anyway, if you're watching this, maybe you should stop eating all those processed foods. And in the meantime, that's another thing, they all have ADHD and all that kind of stuff. Come on, man. Discipline. Spend time with yourself. And if you don't know how to be patient, do for 24 hours. Every hour 10 push-ups. Maybe for 48 hours. Turn off your phone. You know? When this is also something, when it's about the running part, you're together, okay. Let's assume you run. I run on concrete, and the calisthenics is steel. You know, they don't bend. The concrete and the calisthenics symbolizes reality for me. This reality, it's like life. The steel doesn't care if you put in the work or not. The steel doesn't care how much you would be in pain the next day and if you do it or not the next day. See, I am every day pretty much, I would call, in pain. But you know what? What I think? What if I'm losing my arm and tomorrow I cannot train, or today because I lost my arm? Okay, then I will run. But, you know, try to be grateful. Take a little bit of moment with your phone off, turn off. Be grateful for the fingers, you know. You never know what happens. For a couple of days ago, some kind of guy, he drove with 200 kilometers into a bus. One person died, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but he died. One person. The driver of that car, young guy, he goes to jail, but he was still alive actually. But one guy got killed sitting in a bus, and your life can be over in a fucking finger snap. Of course, those are very, very, very tiny chances, but the chance is there that you're not gonna wake up tomorrow. And today you're tired, or you cannot do it because you got all kind of mental issues. No, set yourself a set of disciplined tasks. Let's call it tasks. I think training is part of a so-called task that you need to do, feel fulfilled. Maybe that would increase your chance to live longer, a more happier life, because you can be more aware of everything that's happening, more oxygen into your veins, I don't know what, and that the oxygen gets transported to all kind of areas in your body and the tiny veins. And when people also smoke and they have cold feet, cold hands, and they close the tiny veins. That's why I'm saying it, because I know people who died from